Okie dokie boys and girls, it is day 320 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only, and we have a pull day on our hands, And today, well, it's the workout to end the work week. I want to kind of talk about little improvements, two little improvements that I've been making lately in my training, and they're not physical ones, but rather they are mental ones. Now, the first one being, I've started to kind of make notes on what I do in my training, Usually I have or it often happens that I'm doing a workout and I'm like, what the fuck did I do last time, And I just don't remember. And I used to now I can also go back in my videos and take a look, but that's fucking annoying. So what I started doing is I have this notebook that I now have in my training room, and I just start writing down what I did in the workout. So for example, yesterday I noted down, I had a push workout. I had my morning grease the groove where I did a supinated planche, advanced tuck with 2 kilos, and then in the evening I did that as well, and then I started the workout and I did a bunch of straddle planche and weighted stuff and dips and so on and so forth. Today I'm doing the same. I just have a note for every day, and if I want to go back and look, I can just go to the previous page. So for example, today I'm doing pull-ups. I'm like, what the hell did I do last time? Oh, last time I did front lever pull-ups, I did wide pull-ups, I can use it as a reference. And, there's a good reason that I'm doing it on paper and not on the screen, which is, kind of leading into my second point, because these notes are handy, of course, to track your progress, but I don't do them on my phone because I am trying to minimize the amount of phone time I have during my workout. So, of course, I'm recording this shit, that's phone time, but I used to have my internet connection on as well. So I would have my Wi-Fi on, and I would get distracted by, a message from a friend or an Instagram meme, right? I think I told you guys, I would be watching cat memes in between workouts and getting goals between sets, right? You have to keep the momentum going. You have to stay focused. And when you have your internet connection on and your phone to play with, that's not going to happen. So what I've been doing is, well, in the work week, when I come back from work, basically as soon as I'm done working, I go to my bike, I turn on I turn off the internet connection, and it doesn't go back on until the workout is completed. So from the time that I am going back to work to when I arrive at home to when I work out, there is not a single distraction on my phone for me to basically get lost in. And this is something that I think a lot of people are highly underestimating, because, we often these days feel the need to be distracted all the time, to have something to watch or to look at or to listen to all the time, but that's not necessary. And oftentimes having nothing on your mind at all is gonna allow you to concentrate that much more on your workout, especially if you cut the connection of your phone, not just before the workout, but from a large part before it. So for me, it's from the moment I get off work, it's an hour before I actually get home and can start working out, or in the morning, if I do my workouts in the morning, as soon as I go running, internet connection goes off and it doesn't go on until I'm done working out. No distractions. And you will notice, especially after a while, once the addicting thoughts in your mind are gone, once you don't really feel like grabbing your phone anymore during your workout, you will see that you have more concentration and you can put more effort into your workout. So those are two little improvements I've been making recently. Let's do a quick warm-up set here. All right. Whew. That's feeling okay. I'm gonna do a normal pull-up workout today again. So that's gonna be 5 sets of 12. And basically last time I checked in my notes, I did 5 sets of 12 pull-ups, and the first one I did close grip, then I did a bit wider, and then a bit wider, and then I did one last set with a bit of a superset style into front lever presses. But today I'm gonna do a similar thing. I'm gonna do the pull-ups and I'm gonna go wider and wider, but I'm gonna try and touch the bar and kind of hold it for a slight second, not even a second, but just a slight moment in between every rep. So it's kind of past pull-ups, so to speak. So yeah, I'm gonna basically, well, I did my warm-up set. I'm gonna put on some music and then get started. It's gonna be very difficult to do those sets with wide pull-ups, but let's give it a go. I'm gonna not go full width at once. Instead, I'm gonna gradually move from, well, close grip now to a bit wider, and then full width. Fucking hell. Oh boy. Whew. Alright, my touch power is sapping away quickly. The next set will be too difficult probably, so I'm just gonna go a bit wider, but only try to touch at the end. Alright, last time on set number 4, this was set number 3, on set number 4 I was able to do 6 full width pull-ups and then 6 normal ones. So if I can do, for example, 7 pull-ups full width today, you know, this grip, it will be progress, you know, so let's give it a go. Quick wrist pause. Alright, fucking hell. Whew. So that's it for the first exercise, I'll say. Now, the second exercise is also gonna be a front lever, but you know, for me, my weak point is really the touch hold. I can use momentum and pull myself up, but that controlled touch hold, that's something very difficult for me. So what I'm gonna do is, well, today I kind of felt like working a little bit extra on it instead of doing some straight arm front lever work. So when you do straight arm front lever work, you're kind of targeting your lats more. You know, it's this big muscle on the side. That's the main muscle you're using. When it comes to like the bent arm stuff, and especially the hold at the top, that's when you're using more of your mid and upper back, I would say, and then also your shoulders. It's the retraction power that you need, which for me is the weakest. So I'm basically gonna do some assisted holds of front lever touch because, well, I've just used all of my power on the pull-ups, but I do want to get a feeling for the front lever touch hold. So I'm gonna do some band assisted sits, touch hold focused, but you know, I'm not gonna be afraid to also go down and do some normal holds as well, you know, in kind of superset fashion. 3 sets of that, let's go. Okie dokie, so that's it for the front lever workout today. And maybe one thing that's important to mention here on today's front lever workout is, well, of course it was very heavily focused on the pull-ups and the touch, front lever touch position, right? So when you do that, the point of failure in your body becomes the mid and upper back and your rear delts instead of your lats, which, don't get me wrong, you can still get a good workout, but I think from a hypertrophy standpoint, if you want to build muscle with the front lever, you should do some straight arm work as well, because that will put a lot of emphasis on your lats. Of course, you can do both, right? If you do both, you can hit your back from all sides, and it's something that I do as well, but for me, I more so switch it up, One training, I focus on the pull-ups, the bent arm stuff, so to speak, and then the other training, I will focus on the extended arm stuff, more of the lat stuff. And doing that, I get kind of good at both, but not like elite level, right? Like there are people way stronger than me in like the straight arm front lever, but also like the front lever touch. But for me, for like a balanced physique and balanced strength, I really like this approach of just switching things up. So just, make sure you have it in mind. If you do the pull-ups, your limit is not going to be your lats, it's more so going to be your upper back and your rear delts. But that also means that now I have a bit more strength left in my lats to do the final set of pull-ups. So what I'm going to do is just the same as the last time I did pull-ups. I'm going to do fast pull-ups. So I have a timer, or I'm gonna put on a timer that will ring or make a sound once every 2 seconds, and basically on the beat I will go up and then hold it and go down. So it's not a 2-second pause, but just every time the timer goes, I will move, and then with the remainder time I will stay in that position, and then I will go back down. So I'm going up and down every 2 seconds. I'm gonna put 25 kilos on the weight belt here, and basically my PR with this is 9 reps. So if I can do 10 reps a day, that will be an improvement. I'll be very happy. So yeah, for me, the front lever is the main workout. That's how I build my base strength, like my main strength. That's how I build my muscle. But of course, it's very fun to be strong at the normal pull-up as well. So I just do, most workouts, I just do like 1 set of pull-ups as well, to give me a bit of progress there as well. Because as long as you're strong at the front lever and the front lever pull-ups, well, of course, normal pull-ups will be easy for you as well. It's just you need that little adaptation, the little stimulus to translate the strength into the actual vertical pulling strength too. So yeah, let's go. Fuck, the last 2 reps were chin to bar, not chin over bar, so I cheated a little bit, but I'm gonna count it as 10, because if I count it as 10 now, I'm gonna have to surpass it next time. But I will make a small note, chin to bar instead of chin over the bar. Let's get this weight off of me and discuss. Let's do a quick pose too. Yeah, my back is feeling tired. Okay, so that's it for today's workout. And maybe it makes sense, on the last pull-up set, I was able to grind out 3 reps where I was not able to get my chin over the bar anymore, but still pull myself up. While usually, if I do these pull-ups, I'm getting my chin over the bar, but then I'm just completely dead when I go down. And I think that's because usually, it's a bit more, I put a bit more focus, even on like bent arm days. On the lats, I do a bit more holds and a bit more presses, or straight arm work in general, right? And so when I get to the pull-ups, my lats are tired as well. And of course today, my lats aren't fresh, but like the main tiredness or the main exhaustion is really gonna be my upper and mid back and my rear delts, which those are the muscles, like when you have to pull that final bit, those are the muscles that's gonna work, right? So today those were the most tired, and so even though I was still able to pull up, with my chin to the bar, they didn't have the energy anymore to then go that final bit. But yeah, very happy how today's workout went. And you might ask yourself, like, why don't you just do the pull-ups first, right? You will be able to get more reps. And that's entirely true, but in training there are so many things that you're able to do. You have infinite choices to the point that everything's possible, but you will never be able to do anything, like everything at once. If you try to do everything at once, you end up progressing at nothing at all, because you just don't have the focus, right? You have to focus on a single exercise to get stronger. And by focusing, I don't just mean doing the exercise consistently, but I also mean doing the exercise consistently at the beginning of your workout when you're fresh, because you need a fresh body to basically get the correct stimulus into your body and then recover from it, right? So speaking of focus, today's workout I was able to focus as well. My focus has been getting better lately during the workouts because of that phone hack, Basically, like it's completely Zen mode if you think about it, I go on my bike, I bike home from work, it's about an hour. I go in, I eat my kiwi, and then I go into the training room, and it's basically just this cycle of talking to you guys about training, but then also, doing my sets, taking notes, editing a bit of the video, maybe like to rewatch my sets and look at the form, right? It's this very Zen cycle. There is nothing from the outside coming into your mind. And I think that's something very valuable, I think for a lot of people, including myself, half the reason you do training is not only just because you want to progress, of course that's part of it, but also because it gives you this window of time where you don't have to think about anything outside. You don't have to think about any distractions. You have some time for yourself. That's also why I like running. You just go out there, and I deliberately don't listen to music or anything else, because you're just free, in your mind. You can think of so many things, and then your run is done and you just don't know what you were thinking about. It's like this, recycling, I guess, of the brain, or the brain is like processing everything. It's like in your sleep, you process stuff, you dream about things, but then you wake up and you don't know what you dreamt about, you don't remember your dream. It's kind of the same thing here in training, where you can just, lose yourself on a single task and then be completely refreshed afterwards. So, social media and whatever, like everything else in life these days, it's so busy, but I think one of the powerful things about training is that you can really use it as meditation as well, and basically, calm down again. Even though you're exerting yourself, you're making yourself as tired as you possibly can. At the same time, you're calming down yourself, you're refreshing yourself, you're exhausting yourself physically, but you're recovering, you're recharging mentally. While during the day, oftentimes, we recover physically, but then we are just completely exhausted mentally. It's this important balance that you can find by doing physical activity. But anyway, that's it for today's training. Very happy with how it went. Tomorrow will be another leg day. I'm curious how that will go, because I feel like the leg days are just, quickly after each other these days, because I have 2 leg days and then 2 upper body days. Like before I even know it, and the next leg day is there already, right? So we'll see how tomorrow's leg day will go, but it's gonna be a fun one, a good one nonetheless. It's gonna be relaxing for the mind. I'll see you then.